Okay. Okay. Alright, before we start, is anyone unhappy with this game selection? To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Oh, my tea fell all over the desk. How did that happen? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Take the tea bag out. I think the tea went up the tea bag string and made a mess. They start knowing who it is. Looks like a tennis instructor. Well, now I got a wet tea bag in my hand. Always have been, always will be. Random Fox. Oh, we got Asta Fox. Okay, hold on just a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go just throw this on the counter. So I don't get it all over my desk. Hold on. I don't feel like it got on the floor too much. I think it's just the desk. Zarek, what's up? Chat's on the screen. White eyes. Oh yeah, it loses track when I go away, so I don't know where my eyes are. Cause look, hold on, let me look at me. See, it follows my eyes. As you're supposed to be following my eyes. I can roll my eyes. I think I can roll my eyes. It doesn't really do much up and down, does it? Does it do up and down? Now I look down, I'm losing my eyes. Another one for the collection. Wait, I thought we already had Asta Fox. Did we not? It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. Hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. Hmm? That's the expression screenshot? Oh. The door's unlocked. Yeah, I think I need to constrain my limits a little bit. I think it keeps on... Like, when I turn too much this way, it acts like I broke my neck. So I think I need to, like, limit that a little bit. I removed the limit so I could have more motion. What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Well, what the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze! Identify yourself. Shut up. Oh, and as far as the order of the games goes, what we're gonna do is we're going to... I'm thinking with my hands. What we're going to do is we'll play these two, and then we'll do Lunacid, and then we'll do the other ones, okay? We'll finish it all out. Everyone's happy, all the games get done, everyone wins, okay? And if something else finishes first, we'll figure it out. Because we can't do Final Fantasy until we get to the right chapter. My ear itches. That's not my ear. Ear's up here. I don't know, whatever. Shut up! Humph, you got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted? That's the wrong, it'd be thrust, into a multitude of cases in some very frantic and busy days. I don't like the clicking. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well, please continue your investigation. In the side view? Yes, sir. Ah! Sir, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. Also, it's supposed to be cooler tomorrow, so I may have to turn on a fan in a little bit. It's still... What's the temperature outside? Yeah, it's still like 78. And it's not going to cool off. I mean, it's cooling off overnight, and then it'll get warm again, but... Like, the high tomorrow is lower than the temperature is right now. Bullet never hit the wall. Very sturdy frame. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... I clearly did your office. It's totally trashed. Oh, they broke the tea set. Look how neatly he has all this stuff arranged. I went through and did my closet, and it's not that neat, even after I just did it. I'll say, culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud in my office. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned over this whole thing. The crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I have time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So keeping leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Thinking things that pique my curiosity. Why, of all places, did the murder occur in my office? Alright, yeah, Q to get to that thing. I get the nagging feeling that something is important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because it's this. The key to your office. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic. By finding the connections between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. How do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with Q, and I connect them together with T. That's some buttons, okay? I use Q to recall the facts. Okay. Connect them! Says to make a logic connection without probably messing up. Securities, all prosecutors' doors are alphabet blocks. It would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence. Exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? Why? Okay, that goes in the queue. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. We didn't do anything yet. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. If I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. So this is basically the tutorial. Let's start with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Okay, what do we do? Do we look around and basically a good investigation is to examine everything, sir. Okay, so you just gotta examine everything. I know that when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. If you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use T, okay? You're a great precise advice to an ace investigator, sir. I have something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. As we walk around, each photograph and body, so it should be alright to examine this area. Or else I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Okay, so do I touch things? Okay. What do you have here? Looks like a wallet. I think I've seen one of those before. It's a police badge, detective. Never mind. I thought it was a wallet. Oh hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a quinky dink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith. Mr. Buddy Faith. Our victim was a detective, just like you. Bloody hands? Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. Like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. We sent the blood sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. If you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to examine a piece, I have to put E to open my organizer. But the organizer is only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Alright, what do we got here? He broke Gumshoe. Don't believe it. I packed those files on the shelves so tight. And not even an earthquake could make them fall off. But just look at them. So the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem to be sure. Once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. No comment on the fact that Gumshoe is written here? Files are on the floor, sir. Probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't ever ask you to clean my room. I water the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as well, as weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean the space until it sparkled. Does he have a life? I guess I said. How much have the teacup fragments there, sir? The killer's going to pay. It's tea set. I'm extremely mad over this. Tea set's very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. What? I thought the killer wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Is that it? Oh, I had. Okay, there's something there. What else did I have sat at this desk? Oh, I missed you. It's so tight, it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh yeah, that thing is so polished it makes mirrors jealous. That time you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. I'd have to check your office, sir. You did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. That's harsh, sir. I have to admit, this has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Objection! Overruled. Oh, your trophy, the Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. It's not a trophy, it's a shield. Don't say this is the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. Amazing advice! Don't let people tell you what you're worth. Let's see if my tea's cool enough to drink. Now I've managed to overfill and siphon out half of it. Yeah, that's good. What's your Edgeworth? That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Fortunately, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Well, it's a good thing my Steel Samurai doll is spared any harm. Bruce, I still haven't actually sat down to watch any of that show. What's it about again? I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior Neo Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared toward kids. However, these high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like the Pink Princess, Warrior Little Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai, along with the illusion of merchandise and even a new stage show, gives it a presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone who keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasts longer than expected. Let's return to the investigation. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with the card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Alright, we have been caffeinated. Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are that thorns? Whitney, is that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stalk? That's not detective. You need not remind me further. Shudder. Can I talk to this guy? Y'all, sir? Nope, I want to talk to this guy. How's it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art. You've been out for like 5 minutes. Well, I never... How we can solve this case quickly? I like to return to relaxing on this sofa. I think it looks a billion times softer than the mattress at home. Can I sit on it too, just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm going to work harder and be a real trooper to the end. And once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. I can't get in there, so... Random Fox. We got, I think this is pure... Yeah, pure Nico. Anything to report? So, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. Yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. About a contradiction. Nothing out of the ordinary. Huh? I should look around a bit more. Like the gun? What have we here? This perhaps be the murder weapon? Or so it mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Can you enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I just shoot the exact same model. I think. Sorry, detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. Now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, that was what I was thinking, because his name is written on the wall over there. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Hey, Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. All right now, sir. New file, let's see. What do we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. So I always say you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use this to rotate that. There's no saying it's bad angle. Alright, zoom in out, get into nitty gritty. Hey, it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at track and field. Needs to start races. It got off before it's fired. Everybody always ends up following your lead. Takes you down for a false start, detective. That's mention even when I finished first, I was wind up in last place. No, you put your hands up. It's like a little more I was fired from this. But wait. Boss, the killer killed the victim with just one shot after wresting the gun from him. Yeah, they hit hard. Don't die. That's why I use magic. Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Got no proof for now, but that's just a possibility. That's about all we're gonna get. Find out. Just in the body to autopsy. Jim! Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Just let me be. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. I gotta turn a fan on. It is, like, it's getting hotter by the minute. I'm running out of clothes I can remove, okay? So we're going to turn a fan on. Alright? So we got 2 PCs on in here, making it much warmer than it should be. Alright, so turn a fan on to bring the cool air from out of the hallway into here, and shove the hot air out. Very nice. The body? The body? Don't talk about like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. I'm sure, just in a blood-stained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Yeah, that's fine. You can grab, if you can find a staff of the wind, a wind staff or whatever, and just grab the mind rooms out of the guild bank, you can just magic them. Just make sure to take off your metal armor and also just hide behind. I can show you the trick later. Or at some point I can show you the trick to, hiding behind stuff. Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here's my partner in crime, busting... Why does everyone have, like, spiky hair that goes everywhere? I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective, here comes your Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. Yes, that is correct. It was you! You're the one who killed Jim. Don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know things work around here. Our prosecutor's office's doors all have locks built into them. Well, the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That's correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. The key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? The only one who could get in here was me. Ho, 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 ho. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it's you then. You're Jim's killer. No way, pal. You got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. Investigation has only just begun. Is it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there. Sir. I want you to capture the scene on film for me. A final farewell to my partner, Jem. Is that really what we need to be doing right now? Let's probably give this no space. Let's go look over here then. Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? Must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but shot your jacket as well? They dared shoot the ultra-special jackets you made your prosecutorial debut in? What they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up about over, Detective. Now there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I think you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods and I'll conduct this investigation my way. I'll see if I can turn up the speed. And I see that speeds up a bit. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off. Never mind. That's where my deductive skills come into play. So that's the wrong thing. Oh, that's only in story mode. Alright, does that work? Alright, let's just double check. Hopefully that doesn't mess us up. The deductive skills come into play. First I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Okay, that sped us up a little bit. That's it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my color shine and press T to conviction. When I found sufficient proof the contradiction, I present it. To who? That's how I do things. Eureka! This bullet hole is a contradiction. Well, what do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. First fell the victim. And the second fell this frame. Hey, that's right. However, this gun was only fired once. That's true, too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Maybe? Alright, let me grab... Okay, I know something, sir. I'm switching my water in. Tea back in the back. Empty teacup. Okay, there we go. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? That's a safe. It's a secret safe. It's a secret safe. Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could just kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. That's you. Talk about dusty. I suppose this is what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I know there's a safe here. I'd kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Prosecutor's office has one. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now? Nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. I'll rest to have inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Huh? Now this is odd. Found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? There's a thick layer of dust all around it, not on the keypad itself. You there, forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find let alone lip single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. As I thought. Here's the logic. Logic is the only way around the setback. Kind of rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Okay, so we need Q. A Q. Let's connect this. I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open the safe. Making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. It's too easy. Too clean. It's too clean. It's too clean. What if knowing that the motive... Oh, crap. And this breaking was theft. Change what other piece of information could be telling me about this crime. I don't know, just maybe. He got interrupted while he was cleaning. There's a possibility the files split on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We forgot if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm going to shelve files like you've never seen before. Even the library. I'm sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones always die young? Are you still saying goodbye? You must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to the rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help. This file goes here, and that book goes there. You know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay? Done. The murder was definitely committed here. Whoa! So how did he get shot in the stomach if the bullet went in there? The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. It's like the victim was killed in a standing position and hits the prints on the shelf. But no. And the guy fell on the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have time to deal with your weak stomach right now. No, but you know I'm no good with blood, sir. I'm sure there's something wrong with this picture. Right here. Bam. This is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? It wouldn't be lodged so squarely in a file spine. Indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. It was handprints. He tried to support himself. Crap, it went too fast. He after being shot. There were prints on the floor, too. This had been made when unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. No, back. Wrong one. Which juice? There's clear contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. What if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against his shelf here after being shot. Just he was standing when he was shot. That means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? If You should use your brain every once in a while, instead of mine, Detective. Because it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current constitution was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem to put the bullet hole's position? The order of the files? That would make the most sense. Because these are 0. Because it should be go 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. Maybe the order of the files is a bit off. I put them back in the wrong order just now? Actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see how the files of the shop begin with the number 0? Those took all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3. That's really weird. Welcome back, Treeborn. This way they're organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. Numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a little differently. This we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Ah, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. It's okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it would be. Please, Detective Gumshoe? As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. He went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numeric order, I guess. Exactly, and then proceed to shoot the victim. I also would kill a man and then look through your files one more time. Puzzling indeed. Files were thrown into disarray once, into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Let's see if this was the time it's time to give another look. The reason why the victim's body was moved. There's no time to ponder that now. Let's continue with our investigation, Detective. So I'm raring to go. We'll look at this. This. Well, what is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. It's indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Sir Edgeworth, sir. Help me, say something, sir. It isn't one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is what the killer was really after? So the guy's still alive, bleeding out on the floor. He writes Gumshoe on the files, and then the guy steals one. That's so weird. That was quick. Okay. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. This is the most important message managed to just reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. There's some sort of flaw waiting into his logic, waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edwards, what are you going to do? What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose a flaw in his logic with this technique. Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain to me, sir? Might as well. Alright, first I listen to the witness's testimony. Found a flaw in the testimony. Crap. I'm going too fast. According to the evidence, I open my organizer with E and present the piece of contradictory evidence. This is something I simply use T. That's old news. It's not like there's going to be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct. In those times, I need to press the witness with Q. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony. I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too. Very well, I can show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. Take the gumshoe. You stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. As you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. Did you argue the victim's dying message points to his killer? I hear Jim's voice. He's calling for his killer's arrest. Oh, are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I'll find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Alright. Discovered you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead.
Hold it!
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim? And clearly his name is Buddy Faith. Obvious? Jim is the perfect name for a companion. Jock and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jock and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys that just had a nickname Jim. Oh, talks about the victim like he was his pet. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead.
Hold it!
Do you really think it was necessary to shuffle my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Yet maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle. How do you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal? Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but... Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no? That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf.
Hold it!
Now, why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. Oh, go back. Can I go back? It's you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. Why do you think the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. You know what I've seen, it doesn't make too much, but it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. But who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. Not a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. I can't say I disagree with him on that point. But why don't you say something, sir? Gasp. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the body letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game finishing spike. And his final words is by his final words you'll be brought to justice.
Hold it!
Are you saying those letters were intended for you? Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I expect no less from my former partner. Looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He's yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you spotting over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound? Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. Gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. I'll clue Mr. Portsman in by presenting him some evidence. Okay. Let's look at their evidence. What do we have? Okay, here we go. Nope. Okay, hold on. Let's present the bloody letters.
Objection!
Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Hey, bring a bit of courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor will be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. Ha ha ha. If you had the time to laugh, then you have time to take another close look at this. You still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? Well, what? That's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. Files on that shelf were all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I had doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines.
Objection!
It's possible he could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. Missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be as proof. I mean, the S is gone and there's only half an H. Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of his case. I doubt that even he could have overlooked his own name written in blood on the files. Especially a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Gasp! Which means, what exactly? What does it that make this dying message? Makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with a crime scene. That's so low, I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time. Mr. Portsman? Ha 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 ha. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Man, you win some, you lose some. That's how life goes. Everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. And there's still a dead guy lying on the floor over there. Hops, you know. It is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. Well, what is this time? Are you still after me, pal? Hear me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. Mr. Edward just proved that I'm an innocent, pal. Where'd you get the coat? That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense you still have something to say? Put it on or take it off! Pick one. Well, I was thinking, did you know there's one other person with the key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there. Yes, sir? What is it, sir? Would you kind of fetch an escort to that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't. What's wrong with him, all of a sudden? I wish she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Oh, I remember Maggie. Detective Gumshoe, sir? Maggie. Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is? My point is that you could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all of the office doors in this building. What? You're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe. The only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you? I've never sneaked into someone's room. That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it. Can you take that as a confession, Detective? No, it wasn't really me, but definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime. And for one simple reason. Alright, let's hear it. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then he's only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. Without which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key. Incredibly incriminating evidence, would you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was instant now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. I think the only way to get Mr. Foreman to give me more details is to press him. Alright, we press. Pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck in your room using the master key.
Hold it!
I'm sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key. There's only one person on staff at this time of night. And tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to. What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Yeah, let's get more details. Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. I say it'd be a waste of time. We need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. Killer must have stolen it. Mr. Morris, I believe this had to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know I'd like to know why you had the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. I like the story, and where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. For me, if something that disappears, it's usually been because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Of course, I can't deem this piece of evidence testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But... So I haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? We already established that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried to save. This is Mr. Portsman says, Detective. Can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. I'm done taking blows. Time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. I'm taking myself shelves to wipe down safe. I say thievery.
Hold it!
I heard the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery. However, I hear this great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with our little. I probably should slow down talking. Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me. However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe, hey, good thinking. Asking for my opinion on the matter. Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence? I mean, Detective Gumshoe is the one who opened the door.
Hold it!
I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. It's just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning. If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? Now, don't make that face. See, there goes the truth, running out the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it. I think you're catching my drift. We are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? So if so, then I hope you'll understand what I say. I hate this guy. It says she is the only one who could have opened your office door. And that leaves only Miss Bird as the prime suspect.
Hold it!
Do you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions? By saying there's another way to open the door other than with the master key? I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else. I've never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that to someone like you would. Should know better than to suggest that someone like you would. On top of which, probably she knows a good detective, doesn't she?
Hold it!
Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe? Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors. Really? I never knew I was so talked about. Sir? We're holding our collective breath, you know. When you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course not. That's hogwash. Phew, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there. Making it all the more probable she's the one who faked the dying message.
Hold it!
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? Figure that whoever wrote his name must have been wanting to frame him. Ah! Crap! Besides, what are you waiting for? Her missing evidence. I think I think I'm gonna have to turn off the text skip. I'm skipping too much. So what are you waiting for? Her missing evidence. I'd love to. But first we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying. Press for more information. Alright, let's repeat this to this. By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? Figure that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well. Alright, let's look at our evidence. Smash key to every office in the building. Now, let's see here. Alright, so from the message shelves, the lifetime safe, say thievery. Gumshoe's the one who opened the door. It's only Miss Bird's our prime suspect. This may be wrong. Maybe I should save. Can I save? We haven't saved yet, so let's have a save. Okay. Alright, we're gonna present the safe, I think.
Objection!
Do we should continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth, after all. There's also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. This is which only privy to prosecutors. Ah! I found it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. Oh, on a related note, you know from the Olympics, there was something where like it was like a young girl, it was like probably like 14, 16, I don't know. She got like second, and so she's on the medal stand, and apparently there's a tradition that the athletes bite their medal to show it's real. And so, but she didn't know about it, I guess, and so she's just up there, and the other two bite their medal, and she's just like, just puts it in her mouth. And so I saw some like really cute artwork of that. It was very cute. Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. That means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. So then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. Or a former prosecutor. Wait, is he a prosecutor? What a coincidence. What's wrong, prosecutor? You have a different suspect in mind now? Curses, why? What made you... Well, what's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the secret safes. What did you say? You're partners, like it's inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. And that means... Yeah, I know. I just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. The next came the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What, though? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim. Could probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? And no, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Well, he was the thief. He wouldn't have a key to this office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? If Jim who stole the master key... Ah! Well, then who put it back? It's impossible for supposed stolen key to be here with us unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Oh, yeah. Sports, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? It's our office. Can't kick us out. It's Mr. Edgeworth's office. I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run the show. Listen, pal. How many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Had a gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now. Haha, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. And if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Oh, mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? Alright, I think we need to brush our tail. It's time. It's time for brushing. Alright, we saved, and now we're gonna go brush. Put up the brushing, and we're gonna run an ad, and I'll be right back, okay? And... Okay. I will murder everything. You have no idea. I will murder everything. I'm back. We are not switching games again. We're already set. I don't care if I'm playing the wrong game. It doesn't matter. You know, I think I figured out what bothers me about the clicking. It's because the clicking does not match the pace of the typing. It's like a typewriter, but it's super speed. So they type like 5 letters for every letter that appears. It looks dumb. What's with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It's unbelievable. Why is there a basketball in the hallway? Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm going to find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. We're kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. There's the binder right there. So then what now? Sam Elliott's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this, well. Overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Hey, really, sir? For example, this hallway. Let's figure this his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information. Regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Let's start with this thing right here. Clear the binder. Horse, I inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. It's... Why is that the missing O series file, sir? No doubt about it. Blade letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these O files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly, just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to be occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. That means the thief must also have wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It seems so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. Why anyone would care about such an old case? Okay, do we need to look at the sofa? Alright, let's look at the sofa. A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. You're sleeping out here, detective? In a hallway? Look, when you're tired, you gotta sleep. Doesn't matter where you are. Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. It always ends up the same way, me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime. To envision myself winning naturally. I think we're good. Unless we're gonna look at the hallway. What's this basketball doing here? Why is there a basketball going in the hallway? What is this basketball doing here? This sportsman's prized possession, sir. We also play soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. Not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. What's a basketball hoop doing here? Didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So then why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly. I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it up himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? This office. 1203, 1203. Hey Maggie, whose room is this again? It's Portsman, yeah. The basketball hoop gave it away. It's Mr. Portsman, sir. She's my new neighbor, I see. Suppose he moved in while I was away overseas? Is everything alright? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds. That's... Is that a good weight? I don't know. It seems like a lot, but... I don't know. This depends on how tall he is. I was asked about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. Word of advice, stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. Looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. Be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. You must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste. It's only a messy case you got in your hands. If you feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. How gracious, I'll keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. Can't the chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should remember by showing my notes to her with tea. Presents! Did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was sitting near on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times it was not just gone but stolen, sir. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. You always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I have my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. And after I'd used it, I left it sitting out on the ledge. Did you use the master key? Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun. Just once, I'd love to play with him. Sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass in the ball, sir. On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with him. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective? She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. That's what I thought until a few hours ago. Before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I have been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods. Done almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now you've managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know. So I thought I finally found my happiness. I don't get you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird. Nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. What did you mean by use the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah. What is it? That's right, I just remembered. Prosecutor who forgot his key was Mr. Portsman. Mr. Portsman, sir. Obviously, because there's only like 5 people in this case. What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird. Quickly. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. That's when you loaned the master key to him? No way. It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. And then what happened after that? He called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That's around 1:30 a.m., I think. In summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Let's look. Sometimes I expect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Control 3, I take it this is Mr. Portsman's office. Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. That reminds me, Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. Since you're already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, put it next door, sir. Random Fox. We got Cyber Fox B. I like this one. It's very cute. So why is Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd. Yeah, this guy be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Bah, why am I even wasting time thinking about this? Door's locked tight. Hey, I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors would be pretty effective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Ah, there's only a great cat burglar could get in. Wouldn't the hinges on the outside make the door, you just pop the hinge off? Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? It almost a classy door made of top quality wood. Kind of majestic, too. Fits really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's office. Even Mr. Portsmouth seems dignified just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. But he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. They were missing something. Someone's personal basketball hoop. Maybe we put something like this in the hallway of the prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and you still managed to get lost? Let's go the other way. I changed my mind. Let's stay here. Sure, but it never hurts to take another look. Why is it still showing up? The thief's not under here. Guess there's enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway. If someone could come toward themselves to fit, I'd be really impressed. I'd be like somebody has already tried at least once before. Must have respect to every suspicious looking nook and cranny. These 4 numbers on the number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Oops, hey, these number plates slide right out, sir. I'd be able to take the plate off when the room becomes vacant, you know? Why would that need to be so easy to remove? Just kind of. What's the sign of the 4th century? According to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. And the door really was open with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Hard to think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. That's the door. If I get my force, right. Oh wait, is this different? I just assumed it was the same dialogue. That's a point, a trait that anyone can admire. I see, so you're saying, sir, that being me is the best thing I could do for everyone? Right. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. Okay. I think we need to connect these. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked Mr. Portsmouth's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Well, nothing's by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And? I'm screwed here, sir. I could just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? I used my house key, made it look like I was locking up, sir. So next round, you never did relock the door then. Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. I think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. Well, let's go break into his office. He clearly broke into mine. Why don't we look at the basketball again? Oh. Let's save before we kiss. We'll save. I think I know what's going on. I think we have to do that.
Eureka!
Connection here between reality and the evidence. What Miss Bird said is true. Why is the door locked tight? Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself then. I hadn't. Which means, what, sir? Either means that he actually does have the key of his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. Should be a different door, but how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is examine these. Pencil on the number plate. Pencil on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know. Everything? Really? Like what, sir? Like, well, for example, such as... Oh, crap. Mr. Detective Gumshoe's dinner will only consist of instant noodles. Wow, that was amazing, sir. How'd you know? It's supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, that's... Now then we should get back to doing what we need to do. That is... examine these. Pencil the doorknob. Okay. The pencil on the doorknob will tell us everything. Yeah, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So what'd you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I found only Mr. Portsman's and Mr. Fate's prints on this doorknob. So 2 people's prints were found on this... Huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this knob as well. And whose prints should be on this? Also be on this doorknob. You know, sometimes
Take that!
a lot of this stuff feels like elementary school. Oh, we're ready to go exploring. We need to find out where to go. What do we need? And there's like a map just flashing on the screen. And all the kids, I was like, map, map, map. That's right. We need the map. You know, etc. You go find the prince of the person who unlocked this door absent? You mean, yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Huh? What do we have here? What have we here? Oh, what's time? Inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. How did I not notice that before? What's this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. I brought 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone. It looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later. Buddy. Looks like a note from the victim. Yes, from Mr. Portsman. It's kind of just 2 of us really well to aim about. Sports team dignified. Okay, we already did that. This was definitely new. Or old. Is basketball property of Mr. Portsman? Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match. Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. Doesn't matter what sport it is, he's game. Although I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. Oh. There's a point you should be focused on, detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. This brings back a random memory I had. My neighbors across the street, used to have kids. I mean, like, they're like teenagers when I moved in. And, at some point they were out there playing basketball when I had my dog out. We were going somewhere. Or getting back from somewhere. And I went to talk to them or whatever. And they were joking and, like, petting the dog, and one of them was bouncing the basketball, and my dog was like, just watching the ball, and she's like, oh, you want to play? You want to play? Watch this. And he goes to do something, and the dog just like reaches out and slaps the ball, and everybody's like, oh, you just got stripped by a dog, and they were making fun of him. It was really funny. Good times, good times. Yes, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. That Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean up his toys up after he stopped playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. Okay, I think we're good. Why do we keep looking at some? What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, yeah, how about a game? It's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Oh, yeah, look at this. It got moved. Yeah, you're right, sir. It shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. So he moved the hoop down and switched the numbers. I refilled. Oh, we're done? Well, that's how I've actually been paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat. With the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Well, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it. That's exactly what my logic sensors were telling me, too. I expect it was him from the instant he accused Baggy of being the killer, sir. That's anything but logical. I mean, it's like Among Us. You get accused by somebody. I saw that person kill. I saw Fox kill. It's like, no, I didn't do it. You did it. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come May, it's time to knock on True Store. That's our door. Mr. Portsman, I've finished processing the bloody letters, sir. Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Hey, looking good. You there. Take good care of this. Random Fox. Oh, we got, Blue and White Fox. Whoa. Oh, this isn't Detective Gumshoe. Into line for you, Portsman. We got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jack Sportsman, that you're the guilty party in this case. That's pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? Well, if I can see right through this unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Haha, who'd have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor is Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years? But there's always this incessant chatter about forged evidence to that guy. Nice. It teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know? Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig you a hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? So I got a little bit of hiccups. Hiccups. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how many asked you to propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you. I got work to do, so we're done here. Sorry, but we're not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on. With evidence. Do we press or do we just present? We always press.
Hold it!
Accusations is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me. I'd say it is, after all. There's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit.
Hold it!
Oh, and what pray tell kind of evidence are we talking about here? She was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And that's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. That's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? It doesn't change the fact that evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. Besides, how many asked you to propose I unlocked your door and got in here?
Hold it!
Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier. Speculations mean nothing, as I still insisted I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? No, not yet. I have a bit more information. What's wrong? Don't tell me all you wanted to do was find fault with my flawless logic. Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Hold it!
Oh, I don't think so. Oh? And why's that? Because there is a flaw in your reasoning. Are you calling me a liar? So, where's your proof? The saying evidence to everything isn't limited to just a courtroom, you know. You need not remind me. I'll show you all the evidence you want in time. Okay. I think we present...
Objection!
Step to your line of logic. Which part do you have an objection to? Yes, well... Take over side of no good when you're all flustered. He was right, for change. Wait, was that wrong? Okay, that's wrong. Okay. So carefully and think everything through a bit more rationally. Do we present the master key, maybe?
Objection!
I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. Use your finger to direct this person to open my door with a key.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah? I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know? But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? Well, what? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted? And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example? That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours, not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think it was his room? There, basketball hoop.
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone in a hallway in this building. Which might have left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Gwa! It's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's. There's signs the hoop has been moved. Sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. She insists claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty, Albino. I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Now you're just spouting nonsense. Press him!
Hold it!
You're spouting nonsense. Nonsense, you say? Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. Maybe we shouldn't press everything. I don't know. I had to go open my office door.
Hold it!
Using the master key, of course. Sure. You have a problem with that? That's what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place it in elaborate labyrinth, some sort of for people like you. I thought I was in my room the entire time.
Hold it!
And what were you doing in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen? Were you going through your logbooks from start to finish? Maybe batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance. Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have. With the weakest legal muscles, that would seem. I was doing my usual workout, so you don't have a single reason to suspect me.
Hold it!
I think I've given you quite a few reasons, actually.
Objection!
But none of those who stand up on their own.
Objection!
Then what about all the evidence?
Objection!
It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence. It seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw in his testimony. Alright, it's not there. Go open my office door.
Objection!
I'm gonna stretch your line of logic. It's the one before this, I think.
Objection!
That was a lie. Well, what are you talking about? How's that a lie? It's a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. Yeah, I think it lasts for like 5 minutes. A note? It was left under your door. Or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. It was 10? Oh. Oops. So then where were you and what were you doing? Ah! Should I explain it in full detail for you? You're busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
Objection!
That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Random Fox. We got, which one is this? We got Flugel Fox. Oh, but I do have very decisive evidence. No way. Surprised you had Miss Bird open the door for you.
Take that!
How's your door dusted for prints? Yeah, Kirara has the best luck. My door? Ha, what for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ack! Further, all the prints on my office doors now have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Look at my ear. I think it's behind my head. It's a halo. Oh, wait. It's new. That means Kirara gets a refund. I gotta remember. How does Kirara always get the new ones? I mean, I guess somebody's gotta get them. I'll reject that one. Close enough. Bum, bum. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole it into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. That's true. But Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Heh heh. Heh 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 heh. Ha 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 ha. It's what's so funny, pal. Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor. As he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Judge just explained it all and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit this crime already. And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints. Well, I can readily confess that I wiped that knob down well. Eh? I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch the doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the knob down so I could after you opened the door. And that makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Even Jesus failed at times. It's probably I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matter. Oh, that's no excuse. Hi, Mopar. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. How are you today? Now, that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. I just can't prove that, can you? Yeah, this one is Borderlands. I think we have a special one for Beat Saber. If it ever comes up. I'm doing well. We got an extra long stream coming today. Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portia makes a good point. I can't prove you didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? That's pretty good. Just chilling. I got my phone on silent just to be safe. I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? In this end, you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. At exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's a perfect alibi. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Take a gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. No, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portman said. Guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m. You see? All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Mary Surgeon came back to this office around 2 a.m., correct?
Hold it!
You're correct. It was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Oh, you can test me like pro. Okay, so you came back to your own office at 2. It was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit.
Hold it!
It is as you say, however. Yes, however, you're the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. Just tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I could not actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. At exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs.
Hold it!
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit. Yep. Right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. That's gone. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. It was just as I said, right? Hug bomb! Here for hugs. Yes, sir. Remember, detectives said that they saw you at around that time. See? Had the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Arg! Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Can you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, I think we've reached the end of the line. It's time to get off this crazy train. Body's found at 2:05 a.m. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle. But Maggie, Detective Gumshoe. Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. Well, I had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time. And with logic. I only got 3, so... Can I connect these? There are 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once. Meaning it's entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person. Which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. So the second person was looking for something. Suppose that there was yet another visitor tonight. That would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder. So it shouldn't be too much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun, and then killed him with it. And once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. I suppose the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointing at my back.
Objection!
Mr. Forrest, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you finally come to your senses? Mr. Edgeworth. Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer. That may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Is it time for another ad? I don't remember. I still have 15 minutes. No, it means that the killer was someone else. It means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole in my office tonight. Well, what do you mean 2? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Forrester took Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now just leading that argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you can please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. And if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Grr. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. Which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. Then just he's about to look somewhere else. Who should walk in a minute? His own partner, Mr. Faith. Why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. And the door was set up to look like the wrong door. That's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess. No, that's not why. He thought it was his office because he had the stuff outside, the basketball hoop and stuff. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? He must have thought it was odd, so he came into the office to check it out. Correct. As a detective, that was the right thing to do. When he came in, he found his own partner standing here. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him. And then... he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. This is the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. Such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there's yet another visitor in my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There's another? Visitor, sir. Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now that even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room. And then entered my room and searched through my shelves. The second time they were disturbed, it seemed the thief found their prize. The stolen 0 files. Right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So she was getting messed up twice in the 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? First I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
Ha 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 ha. What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your stare explains everything. Of course it does. He's Mr. Edgeworth, after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right. It would indeed render my alibi, which is withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. You're Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. The person you met was really just plain old thief. Then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Part 2. That thief ran should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I interviewed myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. When Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down in the criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course. Now's the time to have you having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's all dead-end. I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. Let's find a way to prove it. How do we prove it? I think you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say?
Hold it!
Actually, no, I wouldn't. Well, why not? That's elementary, the dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. It was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the 0 files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were set up, not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Ah! Or maybe the killer just didn't think of that, either. Yes, that must be it. Maybe. Just maybe. He's right there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby.
Hold it.
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would be lingering nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything, after all. Hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was training in my room.
Hold it.
But according to Mr. Faith's note... Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Did we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? Yeah, proof that he left it at a different time. Say just before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see? So I insisted again I was in my office that entire time. When Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs.
Hold it.
Why didn't you go there with Jim, Mr. Faith? That's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know the sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what evidence he brought? They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. But he said 3 things. Hold on. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems to too crucial to slip through the cracks. But with 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Alright, we're gonna press on this, should we say. We'll press on the next one as well. Gun and pendant. Yes, this gun, which is the murder weapon. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim. Now why were you taking them to Criminal Affairs? There's something in the past case file I wanted to compare these two. These two, too. All this has nothing to do with this case right now. I believe you'll find the long paper trail left to your satisfaction. It's all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
Hold it.
I can't expect you to know, can I? Nope, but I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions. Oh, let's see what you deduce. Jim waited for you to leave and then stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. That's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed, and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I had laid out earlier. I know he's lying. I know he was here. I've seen the crime. I just had to find a way to prove it. Let's start by picking apart the one thing we know.
Objection.
What was the 3rd piece of evidence? Hydrate, you got it. Won't you be simply the proper face here is you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman. As you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece of I think you should read. Carefully. It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces. Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe you took it by simple arithmetic. That's not counting is not arithmetic. Right? Okay, never mind. It is arithmetic. My bad. My bad. I thought arithmetic was adding and subtracting. My bad. Where's the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Take the gumshoe. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Whoa! He's a limbo champion! Look at him go! Oh, don't come any closer, I'm warning you. It's all part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me. No! Hey, what's this? Hey, this on him, sir. Where? Those are pretty big. Aren't they? Yeah, counting is arithmetic. Oh, addition? Yeah, maybe. Those are pretty... How big is a how big is VHS? How big is VHS? It is 7.4 inches by 4 inches by 1. So that's like half a notebook page or so. It's basically a half a piece of paper. Maybe a little bit less than half. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's pretty big. And they don't bend. They're plastic. They're solid. You can't like fold it like a piece of paper. It's on him, sir. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. Why would he hide something like that? And where was he hiding it? No, there's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would be unequivocally point to the person himself as the real killer. Now, if he hadn't been putting his jacket on and off the whole time, I would assume that it was folding in his jacket. Like he'd be holding it right here or something. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For a section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Alright. Before we do this, I'm going to pause for a second and go brush my tail, okay? I'm going to go brush. I need to brush, okay? Brushing. Rebrush. It's a couple minutes early, but it'll be okay. Let's do, we'll do 2.5 minutes. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, we are back-ish. We still got 22 seconds. 22 seconds! 18 seconds. 8 seconds! Alright, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, close enough. Alright, we're back. I gotta look at this tape. What is looking at it going? Whoa! There's blood on it! Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. When did that just wiped off, though? Maybe he didn't have time to wipe it off. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Face blood? No, 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 no! No, you've got it all wrong. Oh, no amount of decent data can save you. We haven't run a blood test to find the truth. Lung! Maybe he's on his period, we don't know. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you tell us. When and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video? And it would explain where he was hiding it. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Okay, I deserve that. Okay, I'll give you that. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his pursuits when you killed him? When you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Gnag? I don't know how to say that. I'd take a guess. I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murders you and Mr. Faith. No, impossible. He ate the metal! Well, he's dead. He's not gonna be able to breathe. Mr. Portsmouth has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. Blower came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. As a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. There's nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Accept my apologies. Oh, it's nothing, really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean... I consider myself lucky there was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If there had been a hold-up or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. That tells me you should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsmouth really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. These rumors about how some of the evidence he used is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? They say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. It's just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well, well. When Mr. Portsmouth not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credence to that rumor. It seems we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? That Mr. Portsmouth isn't the bad guy? I didn't say that. Rather, that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance of this piece of evidence.
Take that!
The person who stole his file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edwards, sir. Yes? I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. Sephiroth! Oh wait, there's two. Gain the spelling. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It is the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Where do you get three-legged raven out of that? Okay, the 3 legs, but why are there 4 claw marks? You should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? Great thief, that great thief everyone was talking about. Yes, it's that mark of the great thief. Come on! Yadagarasu. We're gonna know how to say that name like 500 million times. Yadagarasu. Okay? Fine. And the mark of a legendary bird. The Yadagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yadagarasu appears and vanishes at will. What'd I say? What'd I tell you? We're gonna end up having to say that name like 600 times. It just keeps going. They don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal. We do know the targets. The Yadagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence, and always with perfection. Once the target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with a single card, although it has been a while since the Yadagarasu's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location where the thief put the stolen files. Written in Elvish, no doubt. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yadagara Su. Come on! Come on! Yadagara Su. Organization. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. Come on, one more time. One more time. Here, we got one more time. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief. There it is. Yadagara Su. Told you. Called it. Called it. Fox is right. 2025. Every time. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were heralded by the incident. Why is it so slow? The incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. The speed is so variable. Alright, let's go back to the beginning. Oh, that's autosave. I can't save over that. Alright, we'll save number 1. Alright. Hey, we're doing good. We already finished one case. And we got a little bit of a late start because we didn't get confused by the games and didn't get gaslit and didn't. Although Treeborn did give me this game, so thank you, Treeborn. I don't know if Treeborn's still here. Alright, next case. Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Come on! The return of the great thief Yadagara Su. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Can I drink water? Can I sip water? Is that Zoidberg? It looked like a squid face. Go you! Yes, everything began up high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. That's a great airline, Go you. Thank you for flying Go you Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please... Oh, I thought it was the squid mouth. Please turn to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. You see why I thought that was a squid face? Like Zoidberg? Looks like blood, but it's actually wine. Marchouth's first floor lounge. Wait, there's an elevator in the airplane? Here lies Ugo Hughes. That's an elevator. And it's an airplane. See, we're flying. I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare. They said there was like floor 1, too. 6:15, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Ha, slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me try this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're of course experiencing slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. How's that? Did I do good? I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Did I do good? So admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Ah, my wallet. What is this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. Wait, where did it just fall from? I had someone else's travel wallet lined up in my pocket. No, my head. I want this headache go away. I'll take care of this travel wallet later. Or hand it off to an attendant. Ugh, from earthquake back turbulence to an elevator. Oh, what am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still out, but a young child. Oh, the elevator incident. That's kind of a murder that happened in the elevator. Yeah, I remember that. How long am I going to let my past haunt me? Does what exist? The two-story airplane? Probably. It's just an elevator. I'm gonna go man now. I need to behave like one. I mean, technically, all airplanes are two-story. You just are not allowed to access the second story from inside. It's the cargo bay, right? I don't think you can access the cargo bay. Yeah, no. It's sealed off. 747? Oh, yes, you can on most wide bodies. The forward cargo hold is. Okay. Anyway, I would argue that's a different one. It's because it says you have to use a hatch. It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Well, what the? Wonder what happened. Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask you, please return to your seat. Eek! I never understood that. I think I've complained about this before. Why scream when you see a dead body? Oh, you mean an elevator in a plane? Probably not. He's dead. Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Something happened? You murderer! What? No. You have it all wrong. Was it me? How are those bottles not all over the place? Like, they're all standing up? There's no way. With turbines going on? And this person's got a chess game going on? Oh, that's me. And this kid, what is he eating? Is he like... Is that like a whole... Look at that, the size of that meat. Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt. But I have an important announcement. That's like 15 steaks. And one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenerio. Who's challenging me? Who's challenging me? Unfortunately, I just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. Call Gun said it was a murder. Edgeworth. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? See, this guy's got the This person has the air down. This person is sitting here enjoying 50 bottles of wine. Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This kid's just digging in. He doesn't care. And look at that. Oh, that looks tasty. That's got to be an ice cream thing of some sort. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We're still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask you please remain seated. But someone's killed, right? Hey, what about the killer? Let me off. Please, there's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask everyone, please remain calm. What is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you I'm not the killer. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now listen here, I am not the killer. I simply found the body. It's Among Us! All over again, so you say, however. I'm sure you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Because that makes you an expert on everything. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry. Please understand our situation. Your situation, I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Yep. And then... So these two are kind of hedonism. Stero, is it? Yes? I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. And the professional flight attendant inside of you really called this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But beware of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course. As you wish. Good. Very well, then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. What Mr. Nero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. See us all in front of the elevator. And she's standing there with fresh blood dripping out of the murder weapon. Off the murder weapon. If you please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Okay, what do we have to present? Let's check to see what we have. There's the murder weapon right there. Alright, let's press. Tell me, what exactly puts the pro and professional flight attendant for you? Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. I'm sure you've already realized that by now, right? It's very hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. Fortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm certain you're the killer.
Hold it!
You certainly seem sure of yourself. Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. Perhaps, but you must admit, there are a few who can look at a murder weapon with a clear mind. Witnesses all go through extensive training and are always calm and collected. We'll even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown. I fail to see how that would be the calm, rational thing to do in an emergency. Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. Also, this guy has disappeared. Wasn't he sitting there before? That is the duty of all professional flight attendants. You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony? Seeing us all in front of the elevator. Oh, is you staying there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon?
Hold it!
Yes? What did you see in front of the elevator? That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Standing by the elevator doors and bathed in light coming from within. It was you standing with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon.
Hold it!
The murder weapon? Dripping with blood? Really now? I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw it, or there'd be widespread panic by now. It's you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Excuse me? You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense. Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene, and I'm now listening to your defense, all with smile. Yeah, I think this wallet there. Maybe also light smile on your face. So please cooperate. We'll turn you over as soon as we land.
Hold it!
I'm not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me? Jedworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now. What exactly is my situation? I have the backing of the captain to keep him bound in this way. We're within our legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're in the same situation as someone who has been arrested by the police. So I'm to stay restrained until I can clear up all her doubts? At least I'm close. Your take shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud. I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence. Alright. Oh, wrong. I went too far.
Objection!
Mr. Nero. Well, what is with the yelling all of a sudden? Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Mr. Nero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes? All that blood. Drip, 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 drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional fighting training has failed you. See, look at the words. They go at so much different speeds. Well, what? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. I think you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator. Was this very travel wallet, Mr. Nero? What? Impossible. And you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd be it's only grape juice. It's wine. Then that's right. You must have took grape juice for blood. Murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! Actually, it does. It's in the picture. Let's clear that pesky accusation. Hold it. Wait just a sec. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I mean, show me what's inside, please. She's trembling, and tacked on, please, at the end. Sounds like I've got her. As you look inside, even you can tell from the appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. As she's a persistent one, I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Still, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright, I usually don't pry into Pastor's belongings, but we have no choice here. Seems its passport is all that's in here. Orginia! Hey, that was where the people were from, remember? As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? We could have choked him with it. Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks. What makes it the victim's property? You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? Now, how dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for a murder weapon. But it seems I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the bio deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Let's look at our evidence again. Can we look at our evidence? I think this is going to help. There's all the money right there. We dumped all the money. If we did steal it. Alright, not the murder travel wallet. Shouldn't that be proof enough for you that I did not murder the victim? Not at all. Oh, and why not? Because that wallet may not have been what I thought it was. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with him. Foul deed.
Hold it!
You think I stole it? Yes, I'm very sorry to say it, and I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. How about you remove the wallet from the victim's personage? It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks' wallet. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple.
Hold it!
Well, I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I've never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is one flight. Oh, hiccups again. That is more than enough of a reason. How do you figure? He was eating first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you?
Hold it!
You think I was after his money? But where did that cockamamie idea come from? True, you are also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you in those deeply etched lines on your forehead. Why does it always slow down? They're not lines. They're perfectly normal and a part of my natural face. I don't think I've ever met someone with such a terrible countenance on a flight before. And that's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money trouble. She really is making a fool of herself, pursuing this line of logic. I spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero. Well, what is it now? Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. Well, what are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about the scene would prove that the motive for the murder was not the money? How about all the money on the floor?
Take that!
Let me direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor. Ah, that's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage. By rationale, these are the very things the killer was after. Ah, I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like that money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there's no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet.
Objection!
Ah, yes, the wallet. You also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks' passport. Ah, you are really insisting that it was a crime based on greed. You're claiming that it's all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me. Please. Hey, what the heck? I mean, we don't need to know the motive. Well, what's this guy doing? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? Is that guy is the killer? Ha, don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Lung! Will you all please be quiet? Mr. Nero. Yes? You lost your cool when you stalled the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark and looking into the light from the elevator. It's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought that I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, so we're free now. Thank you for releasing me. Oh, that's the Borginian! Remember the... Wow, they actually carried it forward. Remember the scissors? They actually carried the language forward. Well, what is it now? Mr. Nero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. Sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I thought he was giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well. Oh, he said C at the end. You, the attendant. Yes, sir. I was supposed to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. He's got his a vase buckled into his seat. Sorry, sir. What exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I'd like to hear what you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You, how dare you try to waste my time? You're the one who struck your nose into my affairs. I want to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt. But I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I've caught your name. I am Zinc LeBlanc II. I'm a very wealthy man in the Bulgaria. But I'm not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer. Rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? And when you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout. I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once, and only once. I don't have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go into the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It's exactly at 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? Ah, well, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Mr. Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it's a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah. Hicks was his name, was it? I say that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. The only person in the lounge at that time was the prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. A fine glass of grape juice. I don't believe it's grape juice. I also don't believe he had a glass, but okay. I was still eating. Still haven't finished, see? You're never gonna finish that steak, kid. This is like that, what's that movie? Matilda with the kid eating the chocolate cake? It's like that. Oh, I guess that kid did finish, didn't he? The pastor's alibi, so you have no problem with him, I suppose. No compliant. No compliant, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I know you're discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh? So you say. But do you have what you say, the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Can I look at my evidence? Let's look at this. What was it? 6. Drinks. Right, that's before 6. The movie didn't start till after 6. Wait, maybe. The meal didn't start till 7. The juice out of cover. It was I who dropped in the juice, however, I didn't do it out of ill intentions. Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw. Enough to give testimony? This is like ultra high first class. I've never been first class, but I've walked through it. Hold? What am I holding? What's going on? What'd I miss? Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. Cinnamon hydrate? Is it broken? I don't understand what you're saying. What's broken about it? Hey, it was trying to me. I don't see any redeems for that. He's playing with that annoying little small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what people call it in English, yes? It's making me crazy with the click, click, click. Okay, I wasn't sure how it would work with double. That description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. In the tea? Maybe Mr. LeBlanc was talking about it as a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. Simple cell phone? A laptop or everything I can see, but that's kind of low budget. Had the noisy machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces ugly sounds. Yeah, I know what I saw. Mr. Darrow. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. If I like the sound of that, fox in the duck pen. Now you got your fox in the duck pen. I think that's how you say it in English. It's fox guarding the hen house. And I believe my innocence was proven earlier. If I'm given the chance, I can clear up all of the remaining doubts. Mr. Darrow, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that someone's evidence will have been destroyed by then. Yeah, that's like a chair. Sit next to that tea strainer, I guess. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. How, this should not be approved? Please, Mr. LeBlanc. It's an emergency. All decisions should be made by the captain alone. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You're not planning to erase evidence when you're doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. How, we will see. Can I move? Nope, can't move. Detective, you have this captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. Well, what? Unbelievable. I'm in your debt, Mr. Darrow. However, there is one condition. Someone's got to be with us. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case. Grrr! I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edwards' every move. Hopes to be assured enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? You should need my help with anything. Please feel free to use tea to talk. It's time to head to the first floor lounge. Do we just teleport there, or do we... Just take a seat? I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator. Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. Alright, I guess we just go there. We start there. You okay? Excuse me, may I have a word with you? You there. Yawn. Does she not know how to fasten her shirt? Please ask Mr. Roto over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up, you. She doesn't know how to fasten her coat or shirt or whatever, but she can fall asleep standing up in heels. That could be. I'm terribly sorry she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. Let's go. Can we go? In order to preserve the crime scene, or if the elevator's not in service. To get to the first floor lounge, we should take the stairs. Alright, where are the stairs? At least the emergency escape hatch. You can't go there in mid-flight. What's the probability that the criminal will escape through here? 100%. Oh, let me finish my thought. I'm 100% certain they didn't. When I'm searching for an answer, only complete thoughts need to apply. I got so mad still. Like a fox, yep. Alright, let's go this way. How does that elevator get to here? I guess this curves around, so this is underneath. I want to thank you for your help back there, Mr. Darrow. There's nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if you feel you're not making progress. When we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. I got 12 minutes left of pre-roll dead. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for in his or her seat, they made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. They found no record of a keycard being used at all, which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Okay. Now let's get started. Where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. Crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we're to believe you what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. What floor is this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? How rest to have, inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I think he was expecting to find a dead body in the elevator on this flight. Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. She went from professional to idiot. I see she's over the trembling now, although no symptoms seem to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. See? What's this in his pocket? There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? Appears to have been struck very hard. It's clearly the statue. These glasses are broken. What's in his pocket? Oh, there's something sticking out of his pocket. Well, we won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. Huh? It's a picture. Looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Oh, the phone was on the clip. What was hanging off his lanyard? Something's missing from this picture. If I could just put my finger on it. Can I deduce? Oh, no. Yes, okay, we can deduce.
Eureka!
Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? My cell phone, Mr. Nero. I guess so, because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Okay. What's this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? That's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Uggo. This is one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in our in-flight shop. This bank's limited edition is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter of the store is closed at the moment. It was open the whole fight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? Can we connect anything? Let's try to connect some stuff. A statue of blood lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood on this, it looks like it matches up with the one on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obbies title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of anything other with connection. Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Money shown all before the elevator. I guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Alright, we might be good here. Is there still more? There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes. Making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered the elevator after the turbulence. There's no grape juice in front of the elevator. There's footprints! Look at the footprints! It was spilled during the turbulence. Must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What's an important piece of evidence in this scene?
Take that!
What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree that they're a set of footprints. So you think... Yes, these belong to our killer. Alright, I'll go brush my tail again. I'll be right back, okay? It won't be very long. I'm gonna do... Let's see, we only got like... I'll just do 2 minutes this time, okay? We'll do a 2-minute brushing, and I'll be right back. And that should get us to the end of the stream. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, just in time. We got 6 seconds left. Oh, and you got a random fox before I left. What we got? Oh, we end up with a Valentine's Day fox. Yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check out the shoe size of everyone in first class. I think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. I'm pretty sure it's a men's shoe, though. Although, it gives the whole thing, I don't know. I pity that bronze statue knows not when good... I pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilled at his feet. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Ugo Hughes, who's a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he'd be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of a hero worshipping I detect? Invite shop is just beyond these shutters. We don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Glass and candlestone are disarrayed by the turbulence. I also haven't seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing. I thought it was an earthquake for a second. I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. I guess shaking the flame was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know since I was unconscious for most of it. Salvador chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. I don't know, look at all that grape juice staining at the back. And look at this chair was extremely valuable. Was? It was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour the plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, what are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. It's like it's a super first class fancy plane. It's got an elevator, a lounge, a grand piano here for some reason. The Rock Pals are a really popular international band. They added the Pals parties, they became more popular, especially among teens. Well, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. Second thought, I can always see how confusing the conversation would get. It's also almost 10, so I'm gonna take my sleeping pill. See? I'm trying to play around with time. But I think it's more how much water I drink affects how well I sleep after taking it. Rather than what time I take the pill. I'm taking it anyway. Here we go. See? All good. What or who is this? This is the bronze statue of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. On the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other is of him in his 80s. He didn't age a day! Because it looked like he was 80 when he was 40. The man aged all over those 4 decades? Maybe he squint more. These counter windows offer glimpses of the sky, but these skies, they tell me nothing. Sedgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? And tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation. Clouds, they tell me nothing. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack. It's not special as an English trivia quiz. It's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. Now then, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard such a silly word as participle? Case in point. Taco! No. Get taco. Taco, get in my face. No. Eat taco. Yay, tacos. I like tacos. I'm still having tacos for dinner, so today marked the 16th day of tacos. I know that because each the packet come with 8 shells, and I finished up the second packet. I really should take another packet out of the freezer. I freeze them because I buy them on sale. This grand piano is the pride of the plane. Play the music of whatever CD we insert in the CD drive. It's a good month. Yep. That's not a piano. It's more like an overgrown music box. Oh, and I used up the second container of taco stuff, but it was the smallest one. Because not only was it the smallest, it wasn't quite full. So it was the last one I filled. So it was only like 3/4 full. And right now, be there in 2 days? Okay. It's more like an overgrown music box. But keys is pressed along with the music, as though there really is someone playing it. People have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. You're one to talk, Edgeworth. These bottles of glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful in passing through this area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I get a taco tomorrow. I wasn't warning for the sake of clearing my name. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. Please understand there's off limits to unauthorized personnel. Who's giving off the scent of woman's perfume? One thing the perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door. Ask me to return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. Everything else we can connect. No, I think we're good. I did have a taco today, and I also have a taco tomorrow. Oh. Sorry, you're talking to Mopar. Alright, I think we may need to save here. Because I think we're about to start making some leaps of logic here. Didn't have a date today. Oh, okay. Connect these clues. Looks like a shining example of the perfect line of logic. There's gotta be something to connect here. No. These don't fit together quite right. Okay, we're not doing good. Do we need to go back up? We can't go back up. Sarah, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge. Once you have the captain's permission, you can start from looking around. If you pass the message along, tell him I'm grateful for the spirit of cooperation. Oh, however, please realize that you are still under suspicion. And I still have my doubts about you. Of course, I take no offense. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, fairly. Pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear I do on my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. My honors remain slowly diminishing. Notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator. They're the killers, wouldn't you say? If they aren't, I'm sure they are victim vital clues on solving this case. Maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Oh, now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together. Otherwise, nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. You said to me, I still cannot allow you free reign. But I must admit that I still have my doubts about you. Guilty until proven innocent, I see. I feel like I've searched everything here. Which means we have to have a logical connection. So these two things didn't go. Yeah, we can't go to the gate. Oh, maybe we need to look at stuff. It says, go you airlines. No, I've seen it occur a lot recently, and it's been bothering me greatly. Why does some brands think it's acceptable to simply smash two words together and call it a day? I kind of thought it was good. There's some blood on one of the corners. Can you make me the murder weapon? This is where you insert your coins. I'd say for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. Well, in fact, I'm not sure there was a way to take your money out. Wasn't that like the old style that like you see in like movies where I can't even look at that. Break the ban. Break the bank, yeah. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But the killer was in the elevator along with the victim. That's a different story. Okay. Hey, there we go. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. Proof is in the pudding, or rather, the grape juice, in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact. That someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? However, if you take a look at their victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Okay, we did it. So we get our health back? Yeah, full health again. Oh, what's going on over there? Unforgivable. It's unforgivable. You understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It's the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. This guy's always bad. But the movie... What? I'm not talking to you anymore. You're just wasting my time. What's the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Don't tell me what to do. I need not sit down. Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you're innocent yet? If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense. I say my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. This guy's always pointing. I guess I wanted to talk. Maybe that's the way those rings. Maybe those rings are fused together, so he has to have his finger out. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator. It was when the needles in my pocket watch pointed to 6 and to 12. Bob was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge. Yes. Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Schlonk's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. So my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Great, but luck man is having time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's test account somehow and fast. I'm sure I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator.
Hold it!
Mr. Long, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Of course, Sub was inside. And you're sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was Mr. Hicks' man. Was that Mr. Hicks' man? This last outburst is a bit too important to let go. One person inside was Mr. Hicks' man.
Hold it!
Was he really alone? Of course, I'll bet even 1 cent. I'm a cheap ante for cheap testimony. But that's how you want to play it. I'll happily take your 1 cent. Because when the needles in my pocket watch point to the 6 and the 12.
Hold it!
I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct? Oh, you notice, it's a very expensive antique, I will have you know. The thing is wonderful when I fully wind it by hand. It does look very well designed, and quite classy. I'll have to charge you if you want to touch it. That's quite alright. Let's continue the testimony. Oof, what a cheap man you are. Now return to the time to waste it back to me. And if you must, I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator at 6 o'clock. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes?
Hold it!
It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15. And that's when I found the two of them as well. You see, it all matches my testimony. Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
Hold it!
That's the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. No. Your silly opinion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, both of you. In a sense, you're both mistaken. Well, that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, but I don't know what it is. I spy a little hole in his words. As you wish, Mr. Blanc, I will now show you proof of my innocence.
Objection!
Mr. LeBlanc? What is it? There's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look at this area in front of the elevator. There, it spilled grape juice. Yes, and we admit you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is instead of grape juice, footprints. Footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out to the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. Oomph! There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now that I'm done playing games, why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? And button up your shirt! No way, that's totally impossible. I guess that's what he said. No way, that's totally impossible. I know there's no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes. You don't know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think Mr. Blanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What is this contradiction? Mr. Blanc, please just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? Mmm. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. I saw clearly in the elevator he was entering. But I swear there's no one else inside, no one. Mr. Blanc, if you would please calm down. I'm not dignified that with a response, Eric. What, dare you to have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? Ah, no, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. I can't let his testimony stand as the truth. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat.
Hold it!
So you're still upset now? I'm always upset. The only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him. I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking the time over and over again.
Hold it!
That they do. Why are you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Maybe that's the name of the club they're in. Don't come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was going to complain to the union about the movie starting time. Turn back to me my time and money. You understand the point. We talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? Wait, is the guy? Another guy said he was watching the movie at the time. Plotting his start time. Interesting. They're supposed to license love, laugh, maim, and murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. I check my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. My watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's alright. I want to see when that starts, so I check my pocket watch many times.
Hold it!
This movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine? Yes. I was still looking forward to watching License, Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Mr. Darrell, was the movie shown in this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Is it possible you simply slept through it by accident? Nonsense. You doubt me? No. Now stop pointing at me like that. Odd. How do you miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see? Check my pocket watch a great number of times. That much I know for sure. Pocket watch is wrong. My watch said to destination time. I said it when I boarded the plane.
Hold it!
Or maybe You sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc? Yes, of course. I'm a very busy man. I'm mainly busy when land. Departure time zone. There it is. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch. I see. That's a very valuable statement you just made. Oh, flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me. That's alright. All it requires is a piece of testimony. And I followed that man with my eyes when he passed me.
Hold it!
Since you only happened to see him, it's possible that you missed something in that glance. If it only happened, I did not miss a thing. And how can you be so sure? Just because. I'd appreciate if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because. If it wasn't, then I was only making a joke. Saw Mr. Hicks, alright? I saw clearly in the elevator he was entering.
Hold it!
It's possible someone was hiding inside? What? You dare insult me? I believe in my eyesight. I look for art to sell, I'm told often I have great sight for the arts. Maybe the face you're looking for was great sense, although that's debatable. Is it possible someone was just outside of your line of sight? You're persistent. If I tell you, I look clearly. I swear there's no one else inside. No one.
Hold it!
Why insist you're absolutely not mistaken? Because when I say I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong. So long if I may, I think beyond mistakes lies the truth. But this just mirrors something I told her only a little while ago. I honestly don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying. I don't think he's lying either. But I think he might be mistaken about something. Mistaken? Yes, and I'm going to correct his mistaken recollection with evidence. This professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor. Alright.
Objection!
Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to destination time when I came on board. And if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time at our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. I'd like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks on the flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Mr. Nero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? We made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right, it was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Xing Fei. We didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we're still running on Borginian time. What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it was only natural your watch to be out of sync with the schedule. Wow! Further, with your analog watch set to our destination time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when we compare to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changed everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1 million cents on that. Was that 10 grand? 10 grand. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. 1 million cents! This should clear up all the remaining accusations. She fell back asleep again. This basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim earlier in the elevator at 3 a.m. Means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I got something to say. And you are? Yeah, I'm Cammy Meal. Does anybody get it? I get it. Do you guys get it? Cammy Meal. It's chamomile. That's a tea that's used to make you dry. It's supposed to make you it'd be good for rest and relaxation, like sleep. And she's got narcolepsy. Camille, I'm a flight attendant, and what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in a seat at 5 a.m., you know. What? How can you be sure at that time? Oh, that's right, he pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. Last night made for refueling a cargo transfer in Zinc Fei, correct? It's from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off in Zinc Fei. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off. But eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting, I should keep that in mind. Are you saving three posts back? The Mile High Club? I mean, that could be the name of the lounge. We don't know. Keep that in mind. And I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright, that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zinc Fei. Ah, you were here the whole time from 5, yes? You were the only one who could be the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time, from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then how do we explain the footprints? Isn't that obvious? So we waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him. Then he put the corpse in the elevator. That's when the turbulence happened. Eyewitness testimony must have been mistaken. What time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in the lounge. Everything happened in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? What? Do you have another idea? Do you feel that there is something out of place in the scenario presented? Something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge?
Take that!
The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the Infight shop. It's sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Oh, such a trivial point. That means you're prepared to take it from the shop first before coming here. If we were innocent at all. Nurg. Is there no way to win this with this man? If I may? What is it? You see... Well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh? Why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that... The pig man was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m. Was that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. What do you think of it? Still, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the fight attendant's room. Then you were on the first floor. Yes. I do something in the shop and then the fight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then the fight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky Magazine you were reading at the time. I suppose you noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Maybe she's a ninja. She could be a ninja. Anyway, Piggy Bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you get to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? Well, what is it now? Aren't you forgetting something? Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to go check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright. Huh? That's weird. What is? A blocking plot? Nope. Not blocking anything. Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss De Niro? You mean she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said that you had permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are. You fight it in. Well, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? Captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss Nero, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you will follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. There's something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity. Right now, investigating the in-flight shop is top priority. Okay, we're gonna stop here, though. We made good progress. Look at this. We finished one, and we already made it partway through another one, so we might finish this one tomorrow. And then we'll start another one. Who knows? Alright, I need to exit. I just saved, so we should be fine. Alright? We'll save. We're not doing it again tomorrow, okay? Alright. Alright, so, that's it for tonight. Thank you all very much for joining me on this lovely Monday. I'll be back tomorrow, about the same time. We'll start. I was actually considering starting at like 5, but I just want to make sure I didn't start too early. So anyway, that's it. So I hope to see you guys here tomorrow for some more chess puzzles. I did really good chess puzzles today, so, but it did take a while. So, you know, if we do really bad, we may end up starting, you know, Ace Attorney, or Apologize, whatever we're playing. Whatever we're playing, we'll start sooner, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? So, good night, everyone. Sleep well, have good dreams, and hope to see you guys here tomorrow for this lovely, lovely stream. So, yeah, that's it. Remember, I already forgot. Good night, everyone. Fox out. Bye. Bye, that Acty. Welcome. But, bye.